It's that time. We have to talk about Ringgate. Ringgate, which caused a lot of controversy on this channel. Have I 100% changed my mind? I don't know. Let's find out together. Hi, I'm Cozy. I do snarky videos about Sister Wives. It is one of my favorite shows to talk about. But I do need to let you know this video is for entertainment purposes only. These are just my opinions, not facts, about public figures putting their lives out on television for me to snark on. So, let's get into it, and maybe I can redeem myself. Okay, so Suki asks Christine specifically about the ring thing, and she laughs and said that it's so funny. Then she stops laughing and says there's this whole backstory. And she says, maybe it's not my whole story to tell, but here we are. And that, from the clip we got, was what made me feel like Christine was being a little dispassionate. Like, she didn't seem to care about Mary's feelings in there. Because when you put that laugh coupled with the story, it feels like, ooh, that's a bad take. And then, of course, Mary says she can laugh about it all she wants. And so you realize, oh, that really hurt her. Okay, so I had said that I see Christine as a very compassionate and sympathetic figure. And so for me, that felt a little, I can now kind of see where Mary is coming from, but I also definitely see Christine was not intending to hurt her. She was actually intending to really make Cody look like the piece of garbage that he is. Because now that we have heard the whole story from Mary's side, oh gosh, it really does just corroborate the whole story, doesn't it? So let's get into it. I watched this a couple of times now because I had to take notes on it. Okay, so I watched it the first time and I watched it the whole way through with nothing. Then I watched it a second time and I paused it a bunch to take notes. And then I watched it a third time with husband if he's working on Sunday nights. Because, well, you know, husband has to see what's going on. He's curious. And we got through this and husband looked at me and was like, oh, he's garbage. And I will admit, I was so angry about hearing this story. I legitimately sent my husband a text. I was like, if you ever do what I just heard Cody did to Mary, I'm taking everything. And he's like, I don't know what just happened, but I love you. I was like, no, I love you too. I'm not angry at you. I'm venting about this show. And he's like, oh, okay, that's fine. So then when he heard it, he was like, yeah, no, if I did that, take everything. I was like, oh, okay, glad we're on the same page. So, listened to the story a couple times, and I'm still a touch confused. She said that Cody melted down the wedding ring that Mary gave to him on Mary and Cody's wedding day in 1990. Okay? So let's follow. She gave him that ring in 1990 when they got married. Okay. So she says he kept the gold, kept the diamonds. Got it. I know it's common to keep the stones, but I've always been told, and maybe I'm wrong, maybe there's somebody out there that works with metals and can tell me. I've always heard that the gold would not be in very good shape after you've melted it down, and so it's not necessarily advised to do so to make it into new jewelry products. Could someone who works with metals or has a cursory knowledge of this please confirm that for me? Because it's what I've always been told, but I don't know if it's the truth. Thank you. So anyway, Christine says Robin was definitely in the picture when this happened. She can't remember if they were married or courting, but Robin was definitely in the picture. And she says one day Mary asked him about it because he hadn't been wearing it. And he was like, I melted it down. And Christine's like, he said it was so Mary wouldn't have power over him anymore. And Christine was shocked because it's his wedding ring and he had worn it through Janelle, through herself. It had been the ring that he had worn all the way up to that point. And so let's look at it this way. He married Mary in 1990, April of 1990. He met Robin in 2009. So for almost 19 years, almost 20 years, really, he had this ring, okay? So Christine said she was shocked that he had kept it through everybody, but all of a sudden it had to go. And so they went out and they got him the Claddagh ring. And we saw them get it. It was the one, you know the one I'm talking about, the one with the 4 diamonds, where it had the 3 and then the 4th was going to be on the heart in the center, and they had joked about, well, who gets to be the center ring? And it's whoever he was with that night. Remember? Okay. And at some point, she says he and Robin designed designed a ring together, and he wore that. And she's like, and at that point, we all could see what was up. So she says if he went and got something new, it's likely, to celebrate a new start and probably to celebrate, the new start of monogamy. So we get a confessional where a very angry and very hurt Mary shares that Christine should not have told that story. And it essentially boils down to she was not ready for the world to know that story. And I'm sure because it's very embarrassing for her. It's very hurtful for her. Nobody wants to go out there knowing that everyone knows the hurtful thing their partner did. I wouldn't want that. And it may even be worse than that, because Mary clearly wasn't ready to address this issue. I don't think that she has worked through it. It seems like Mary's been going to therapy and working through a lot of things, but perhaps that just wasn't something that she was emotionally ready to deal with in the public eye, because I don't think it was something she had emotionally done the work to deal with in private. So she does begin to share, and she says the same things. Robin was definitely in the picture. But Mary also can't remember if they were married yet or courting. And she actually says dating and then corrects herself to courting. But she thinks that they were still courting. And she says that Cody had talked about not wearing the ring anymore. And she said he told her he didn't want her to have any claim over him. And that he didn't think it was fair for her to have claim over him. I don't know exactly what that means, other than I don't want you to be able to say you're married to me. Like, that's the only thing I can get with I don't want you to claim over me. Because all of these women had some level of claim over him being their husband. So, once again, this would have been in 2009. Okay. Or early 2010. So we're talking 19 or 20 years into their marriage. He suddenly didn't want her to have any claim over him. This is also the woman who introduced Robin into the family. She said his way of doing that to make sure she didn't have any claim over him was to melt it down. And she's like, it was a symbol. She literally explodes with anger. It was a symbol. It was a sign of their marriage, and he melted it down. And she wants to know who's to say that by melting down that ring, he didn't just melt down their whole relationship in that moment. Because symbolically, that's what he did to me, she said. She says she remembers asking him if he wasn't going to wear it. Could she just keep it? And that's when he tells her that he melted it down. That hurts. That hurts me. I'm sure there's a lot of people out there who would feel the same way. If your spouse, for whatever reason, couldn't or wouldn't wear their wedding ring, you might just want to keep it somewhere special and safe so that it's there, so you have it. And then to find out that it's just gone, that they never talked to you, they never mentioned anything to you, it's just gone. And you didn't know, and you weren't asked, and it's just gone. That's tough. So she points out this happened close to 7 years before the catfishing. And she still spent those 7 years trying to be in a relationship that clearly Cody didn't want to be in. And that's a relationship with somebody who not only melted his wedding band in secret, but said he didn't want her to have any claim on him as a wife. She's like, does anybody think that maybe is what led up to me wanting to have a friend? Because Lord knows I didn't have any in my family. That's a hard one. Because wasn't it right before the catfishing that Mary gave up her legal marriage for Robin? for someone she thought was her friend. So Suki tells Robin that Christine shared the melted ring story, and Robin insists it happened before her. She tries to say he wasn't even wearing a ring when they met. Except both Mary and Christine say it happened during your courtship. Why would they both say that? They don't even interact with each other now. And Suki's like, oh, okay. Almost like she doesn't even believe her. And I definitely don't think that with the pain that Mary just expressed and the fact that Christine's story corroborates the same, that Robin is the one telling the truth here. I just don't think that. I don't think that's the honest truth. I think Robin knows if she tells the truth that Cody melted it down after meeting her, it will make her look worse and it will expose things that she doesn't want exposed. So Suki asks Cody about his ring, and he claims to have been wearing the Claddagh ring. But then when the marriages fell apart, he said that the ugly horse ring was over here, and he just moved it over here. Okay, buddy. And he even says, I saw this ring, and it was better, and it was nice. Okay? You have no taste. None. None taste, sir. None. Okay. Anyway, so Christine literally just told us he had been wearing the ring that he and Robin designed. So, was he wearing... Did they design a Claddagh ring? Is that what they designed? Which would make sense because my sister wife's closet, which is now defunct. But when I do a rewatch, I'm going to watch for Cody's wedding ring. Is he wearing it in the courtship episodes with Robin? Is he wearing it? Is he wearing anything up to the point when they get the Claddagh ring for him that she claims she was not a part of? Is he wearing something different after they start My Sister Wife's Closet? Like, I'm just gonna, when I rewatch, I am going to, like, eagle eye Cody's wedding ring as much as I can. I'm gonna be over here like I'm on, like, those CSI, enhance, enhance, enhance. Doesn't work like that. And I'm going to be watching for Robin's too, because that set that she's wearing, I do not recognize it. Why does it look so close to Christine's? Where did it come from? Because that definitely is not what she used to wear. They bought her a Claddagh ring too when she got married. I don't know. He claims, though, that he only switched those rings out because the only relationship left with potential was Janelle. And so he took off the other ring just to say he was done. Okay, so if you took it off to say you were done, then you recognize there was no potential with Janelle? That you're speaking out of both sides of your mouth, sir. So that was the ring gate. And while initially I did say, ooh, that felt a little lacking compassion, I can see where Mary is coming from, saying, you know, you can laugh about it all you want, because that would be super hurtful. But in going back, Mary didn't say she saw Christine. This is what tipped me off the third time I watched with husband. Mary did not say she saw a clip of it. She said she was told about it. And husband and I were trying to figure out, what did we think? Who did we think filmed in what order? And I'm going to have to listen to my favorite Sister Wives podcast, because let me tell you, for a lazy podcast, Ace and Caitlin put in the work, and if anybody's going to figure out before I do, it's them. And that would be Sister Wives Love Should Be Multiplied, Not Divided podcast. If you do not like swear words and somewhat raunchy behavior, that is not the podcast for you. Try Surviving Sister Wives. Anyway, we were trying to decide what order did we think they filmed in. And I have an order that I suspect. I think Christine filmed first, because it appears Cody filmed the weekend after Gwen's wedding in Flagstaff. I think Christine filmed first because she was already in Flagstaff for Gwen's wedding. And then I think it was Janelle, and then Janelle, and then I think Mary, and then Cody, and I think Robin filmed last. And I have noticed that they have said, well, Christine said to certain people. They have shared things that Christine has said. However, they have not shared with anyone, Robin said X or Cody said X. It has always been, well, Christine said X, possibly, potentially Janelle said X, but I don't remember. So I think Christine went first, followed by Janelle, followed by Mary, followed by Cody, followed by Robin. And the reason I think Robin went last is we all know that if Robin had gone before Cody, she would have coached him and told him everything that had happened. At any rate, I think what happened was this. I think Robin said, "Oh my gosh, Mary, Christine's told your story at the tell-all and she was laughing about you." And it hurt Mary's feelings. And Mary got very upset. And that's why she felt the way she felt. I genuinely do. That is what I think. It is my opinion. It's an allegation. I don't know the order they filmed them in. I don't know any of that. But that is what I think happened. So, if that's the case, then it's not that Christine's not being compassionate. It's that somebody's lying to Mary. At any rate, guys, that's kind of my take on Ringgate. I don't really have much more about that one. You guys can leave your comments down below. What you think happened, if you think there's a particular order that they filmed in, why you think that might be the particular order that they filmed in. And I will continue to get these videos filmed and put out for you guys. The last one I need to film is the big, long Cody and Mary breakup video, which I think is coming out, gosh, depending on when this one comes out. My plan is to get that one out on December 6th, early in the day. I don't know what time this one is coming out. So if you see this after December 6th, just know, hey, that was my plan and that one should have already been out. If you see this one before December 6th, then you know, hey, Cozy's got a video coming. That's my plan, to get it out early in the day on December 6th. So until then, I will see you guys in the next one.